do believe that we might see another rally before the end of the year, and silver might hit.
Hello, silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. Hey, Lior, thanks for being here, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, I threw something out there to my viewers
Okay.
regarding silver, and I asked them to give me their spot price prediction, and they gave me a pretty wide range. By December 31st, it ranged from $23 to $100.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I said. But most of the numbers were in about the low $40 range. What do you think about that? And more importantly, why?
Okay. So I did 3 interviews last week where I was a guest at other channels, and they asked me the same question: year-end prediction for silver. At those 3 interviews, I said that gold and silver have peaked for 2025 because 2 rate cuts have been fully priced in, and that is the rosiest scenario that you can get for 2025. And therefore they've peaked. In other words, whatever was the top for gold and for silver, that is the top, and it's set for 2025, and will probably be on some sort of a mini consolidation type phase. No crash or anything, but just sideways to down. Then Trump appointed Stephen Miran to Fed governor, and that effectively has altered the way that the market will respond to gold and silver. Stephen Miran, if you're not familiar, is first of all he's part of the Hudson Bay Institute, so that's a ultra conservative, sound money, constitutional money. There should be no Federal Reserve type environment. That's Hudson Bay. So you now have sitting at the table with Jerome Powell and these more liberal woke era governors, somebody who is a full-on MAGA, right? So that's very important, because Stephen Miran, his main doctrine is that the U.S. dollar is artificially too strong, hurting competitiveness, and that without tariffs, this is all of his doctrine is obviously some of it has already been enacted, but effectively what he was saying before tariffs were enacted is that without tariffs, there is nothing guarding America's golden goose economy, because all it does is it gives corporations every incentive to deindustrialize and go to these other places and bring everything back in, because you're not going to pay any tariffs. So why would you pay somebody in the Midwest X amount of dollars when you can find somebody for a quarter of that and train him? So and not only that, but in order to sustain that system, the U.S. military will take care of the bill. So you have this trifecta working against the United States, and that was the American way of life for the last 30 years, starting with Clinton, and then Bush, and then Obama, and then Trump tried to fix it. They try to put him, they try to take him down. We were this close to losing this country. And when I say losing the country, I mean that it would have been it would have looked like Western Europe, and it would no longer be a constitutional republic that is guarded by rule of law. It would have been governed by a statist uniparty. All of these changes that you're seeing right now, including Stephen Miran going back into or becoming part of the Federal Reserve Board, that is changing the destiny for gold and silver, because now you have 5 states, Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, that are making gold legal tender again. You can transact in gold. An executive order from 2 days ago has just made it so that you can put gold and silver in your 401k. So all of these changes are making it way easier for the average person to allocate, and for institutions and endowments and pension funds, etc., to put a lot more away in gold and silver. And then you slap on that these three legislations that have to do with stablecoin, the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and the Anti-CBDC Act, which effectively what they'll do is they'll create a layer of fintech where you as a merchant or you as a consumer can opt to receive either change or to pay with a fraction of an ounce of gold or silver. So you're making gold and silver easier to put back into your life. And that, especially for silver, is going to raise the demands dramatically, because silver is not monetized. Gold is. Gold is part of central banks' balance sheet and government's balance sheet.
Right.
But silver has been demonetized for decades now. So all this to say is these are things that are happening right now. And effectively, it just shows how, how popular Trump is to continue this and get less and less flack from the deep state, the globalists, and the judicial system. And it also shows how strong the MAGA movement is statewide in all the red states. So to that end, I am now changing my forecast, and I do believe that we might see another rally before the end of the year, and silver might hit 42, and gold might hit 3,500 again. That is effectively. It doesn't mean that this will play out on December 31st, but it means that now not only are 2 rate cuts priced in for 2025, but Stephen Miran's appointment accelerates rate cuts into 2026, and that is effectively why I'm changing my forecast up.
Got it. And as I look at those charts, another thing is the kind of the long-term trend. The charts, silver, of course, is quite volatile, but the long-term trend is an upward trend, which I like a lot better than going back to the 2011, 2012 big spikes. You got to love this nice slightly up and down, but trending upward for silver as well.
This is going back to normal for America, and I couldn't be happier.
I can see it continuing on, even well past President Trump's term, as due to lots of reasons, social reasons. The other side is in shambles right now, and I can see these Trump's model continuing indefinitely. And that's a good thing for gold and silver. Lior, every time you come on the channel, you bring so much wisdom. I just wanted to thank you for being here and sharing that knowledge that you possess with my viewers, and wish you the best, my friend.
Thank you so much.